Hey guys, at Horror Critic here, and today we're going to be talking about Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, otherwise known as Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, or Halloween 666, The Origin of Michael Myers. It's a 1995 slasher film and the 6th installment in the Halloween series. This one's directed by Joe Chappelle, who is also known from Hellraiser 4 Bloodlines, and the script by Daniel Franz, a longtime fan of the series. Alright, so basically this movie takes what we had thrown in from 5 about Thorn and the Man in Black and tries to make a little sense of it. Now there are two versions of this movie. The producer's cut, which is more accurate to Daniel Franz's script, and then there is the theatrical cut. I mean, there are other cuts of the film that fans have made over time, but these are the two most popular. So the theatrical cut, I'll talk about that for the most part. The theatrical cut is interesting, though it does not provide as much exposition on about Thorn or the cult itself, and kind of leaves the movie to be a slasher, which I do enjoy that aspect of the movie because I kind of like this movie. I do think it's better than Halloween 5. I know a lot of people don't like this movie too much, and it's understandable why you wouldn't like this movie. By no means is it a great film or a good film at that, but it's still interesting, and I've always found it more appealing to me than Halloween 5. So basically we just have people moved into the Strode's house, which, okay, well, Strode's moved into the Myers house now. Okay, so Strode's are living in the Myers house. That's interesting. And we have a little kid. His name's Danny. He'll wake up sometimes in the night, and he'll be singing a Man in Black, just like Halloween 5. And it's telling him, like, kill for me, Danny, and stuff like that. So, okay, I'm guessing that we're supposed to assume this is exactly what happened to Michael Myers that Halloween night where he killed his sister. So we assume Danny will be the next killer, but really this amounts to nothing and leaves with no payoff. Also, we have Marianne Hagen as Kara Strode in this movie. She's the mother of Danny, and she has a brother named Tim. So, and her father in this movie is played by Bradford English, and he's a good asshole, and he dies as Myers picks him up. And this whole time he's being sarcastic about the boogeyman. So Myers picks him up with his knife, spins him around, stabs him into an electrical box, and it shocks him so much that it makes his head explode. And it's a great kill. I really enjoy it. So, okay, Dr. Loomis is in the theatrical cut as well, but geez, he is so underplayed. There are so few scenes of him, and he has almost nothing to say. So I love Loomis, but he really doesn't have a strong performance in this movie. He's good at his performance. I mean, it's just that he's not in the movie enough for it to really even matter. And then there's the main character, Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is Tommy from the original movie now. Okay, he's playing the character of Tommy from the original Halloween. Why Paul Rudd? I mean, I guess, yeah, this is his first movie. He's new. But really, he has an emotionless face. He's more emotionless than Michael Myers in this movie. And he has some of the weirdest cues I've ever seen in any movie. There's one particular scene where he's beating down a door handle so he can get Kara out of the room, and he sees Myers walking up to him, and he almost drops the fire extinguisher, and he looks at him, and then he like laughs and kind of smiles and starts beating it again. Like, what the freak was that about? Why did he do that? I don't know, but it's weird as crap. Interesting, but still weird. Okay, so in this movie, basically, Jamie from the first movie, played by J.C. Brandy now, has a baby. Paul Rudd finds the baby, names it Steven, and then Myers is pretty much coming after him and Kara, who's teamed up with Tommy in this movie. So that's pretty much it. Dr. Wynn's also in this movie. We find out he's the Man in Black, and the caretaker of Myers. Dr. Wynn was a small character in the original Halloween, but anyways, he's running a cult that Myers is controlled by. At the end of the movie, Myers ends up killing the cult, turning him back into the killer he once was, merciless. He goes after Tommy, and in the end, Tommy beats him with a pipe, and that's how Myers is stopped. Also, after he beats him with a pipe, Tommy and them leave. Loomis stays. He's going to investigate. We hear his scream, and it shows the shot of the mask and a syringe. So we assume that Loomis dies here since he died. So they rehash the same scream that they did for the last moment of the producer's cut. So now we can talk about the producer's cut. The producer's cut basically just provides more stuff about the cult, which I don't really like. Also, it doesn't have that scene where Michael, kills all the cult members in a brutal seizure-inducing scene. So that's not in there. And we also learn that Jamie's baby is Michael's son, and that is really weird and makes me think way less of the Myers character. Also, he's controlled much more, and Paul Rudd puts stones on the ground, cuts his hand, and that is what stops Michael in this movie. And then Loomis comes, finds Michael laying on the ground now instead of stopped. So he pulls off the mask. It turns out to be Wynn. We see Myers walking off in Wynn's outfit, and Wynn grabs Loomis. Loomis looks at his wrist and sees that he has the Thorn symbol, which means he would be in line to be the next caretaker of Michael Myers. He screams. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, and that's the end of Halloween 6, the producer's cut. So in all, I'd say stick with the theatrical cut if you're going to watch it. I would say skip this one too. It does have sort of an appeal to me, and I do enjoy watching it, but still, it's not good. I would say it's definitely a step down from Halloween 4. A couple steps down, but it's a step up from Halloween 5. So if you really want to dig into the not as good stuff, watch this. But if you just want to watch the good ones, I would say skip this one. So next time we'll be back with Halloween 7, Halloween H2O. See you guys.